Good morning, Year 5, and welcome to your Friday maths lesson. Happy Friday. Okay, so today we're going to be practicing a variety of multiplication methods that you've learned over the last 2 weeks to see how well you remember them. But before we get into it, could you please pause the video and write the date and the LO in your maths book? So the date should be the 15th of the 1st, 21, and the learning outcome is to practice a variety of multiplication methods. So pause the video and do that in your maths book now. Okay, so on the flip chart here, I have a column method multiplication. And this column method is to multiply 2 digits by 1 digit. So we've got 63 times 8. And what I'd like you to do is test your memory by pausing the video and having a go at this calculation in your book to see how well you remember it. So pause the video and have a go at this multiplication in your maths book. Okay, well done everyone for having a go. If you remembered, well done, but if not, I'm going to talk you through how we do it now, so you might re-jog your memory. Okay, so firstly we start with the ones column. So here we have 8 times 3, which is 24. So we place our 4 in the ones column and carry our 2 underneath. And next we have 8 times 6, which is 48, but we have our 2 here to add on. So our 48 then becomes 50. So our product of 63 times 8 is 504, So 504 is our answer. So well done if you remembered how to use this method and got that answer correct. Okay, so next we're going to have a look back at the place value counter chart. So here we have a place value chart, and I want us to use it to represent the calculation 2,341 times 4. So I want you to pause the video and see if you can remember how we do this. So we need to draw some place value counters on the chart to represent 2,341 times 4. So pause the video and have a go at that in your maths book. Okay, so well done if you remembered how to multiply 2,341 by 4 using the place value chart. And I'm going to talk you through now how we would do it anyway. So firstly, like always, we need to do one row first before moving on. So firstly, in my top row, I'm going to represent 2,341 using place value counters. So firstly, in my thousands column, I need 2 thousands. I'm going to do 2 counters. In my hundreds column, I need 3 hundreds, so I'm going to do 3 counters. In my tens column, I need to do 4 tens, so I'm going to do 4 counters. And in my ones column, I just have 1, 1, so I'm going to do 1 counter. And I'm just going to pause the video to do this 4 times to show you what it will look like. Okay, so here is what the finished chart should look like. So here in our thousands column, we have 8 thousands, 8 counters. Here in our hundreds column, we have 1,200 hundreds. So we have 12 hundreds. So we have 12 lots of counters. In our tens column, we have 160 because we have 16 counters. And in our ones column, we have 4 ones because there's just 4 counters. And then, as always, we need to add these answers together. So our product would be 9,364. So well done if you remembered how to do this and got the correct answer. Okay, so now that we've gone back over step 1 input, I'd like you to pause this video and complete step 1 of the worksheet in your books. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the step 2 input. So I want you to see if you can remember how we use partitioning to multiply 3 digits by 1 digit. So here I have the multiplication 452 times 3. And what I want you to do is pause the video and partition the number 452 and then multiply the answers by 3 to see if you can remember how we do this. So pause the video and do that in your books now. Okay, so well done if you remembered how to use partitioning to multiply 3 digits by 1 digit. So you should have partitioned the number 452 into 450 and 2. And then you should have multiplied each number by 3. So here I've got the answers. 400 times 3 is 1,200. 50 times 3 is 150. 2 times 3 is 6. And then if we added all of those together, our product would be 1,356. So that is how we use partitioning to break down a number and to multiply it by one digit. So well done if you remembered how to do that. Okay, so we've got some area model problems on the board for you to look at here. So firstly, I want you to think about what calculation this area model represents before we look at how to find the answer. So pause the video and just think about what multiplication does this area model represent? Okay, so the area model represents the calculation 23 times 25, because we've got 20 and 3, which is 23, and 20 and 5, which is 25. So it shows 23 times 25. Put that there. Okay, and how do you think we go about finding the answer? So just pause the video and think about how we find the answer to this calculation. And if you feel confident, you can have a go at this in your maths book. So pause the video now. Okay, so if you can't remember how we find the answer using area models, I'm just going to talk you through how we do it. So firstly, you start in one of the boxes and then multiply the two numbers that meet at the column and the row. So here it's 20 and 20. So I'm going to multiply 20 by 20, which is 400. I'm going to write 400 here so I know that that's the answer. And next I'm going to go along from 20 and up to 3, and I'm going to multiply 20 by 3, which is 60. I'm going to place my answer here so I don't forget. Okay, now I'm going to start at 5 and go along to 20. So I'm going to multiply 5 by 20, which is 100, and I'm going to place the answer here. Okay, and lastly, I've got to multiply 5 by 3, which is 15. So I'm going to put my answer here so I don't forget. Okay, but now we need to find the answer. So if you can remember, what we need to do is add all of these together to get our product. So I've got 400, 160 and 15. So my answer would be 575. Okay, so well done if you remembered how to do that and got the correct answer. Okay, so now that we've looked at how to do the step 2 part of the worksheet, I'd like you to pause the video and do step 2 of the worksheet independently in your maths book. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to step 3 part of the explore phase. So on the board I have a problem for you to solve. So a garden is 55 metres wide and 72 metres long. How can we use column method to calculate the area of the garden? So for those of you that feel confident, I want you to pause this video now and have a go at solving that problem in your maths book using column method. Okay, so here is the answer to that problem. So the problem was asking you to calculate 72 times 55, and the answer, the product, is 3,960. So to answer the question, the garden is 3,960 metres squared, and I know this because I've multiplied 72 metres by 55 metres using column method. So well done if you had a go at that calculation and got the answer correct. Okay, so here is the step 3 part of the worksheet for you to complete in your books. So just pause the video now and answer the questions in your maths book. And there is also the extension on the slide if you wish to complete that also. Okay, well done everyone for completing your independent work. Here is the answers to step 1 and step 2 of the worksheet. So just pause the video now to mark your answers. Okay, and here is the answers to step 3 and the extension of the worksheet. With the extension, you can post your answers on Class Dojo so I can mark the answers. And once you have finished marking all of your work, could you please write a learning comment at the end of your work in your book? If you have a purple pen, that is great, but don't worry if not. Okay, thanks Year 5 for all of your hard work today. I hope you enjoyed your maths lesson, and I'll see you again soon.